Okay, cool. So that's one thing that I wanted to chat with you guys about. So by the way, your footprint PDFs are right there. There's the link to it for Flint Rock. Fall Creek PDF is right there. John, I believe Jeff has already printed the plats with the footprints. So those will be very large when you
Affirmative.
guys get those, right? Because they're to scale. So it'll be like a big 24 by 36 sheet of paper that you will pull out. And then John is going to give you an 8.5 by 11 transparency sheet that will be the footprint. Okay. So that's what you guys will lay over the top of that big plat of the community. And this is a really great sales tool to give it to the customer and have them try and fit the transparency onto the home site they like. They can sit there and you just explain it to them. It's got to be inside of the gray box. That's your building envelope. Why don't you go ahead and see if it fits and let them do it? It's kind of a fun exercise for them. It gets them involved in the process. I would definitely do that. We used to do it all the time with customers. They loved doing it, like looking at what home sites it'll fit on. And then for Flint Rock team, we redid your why choose Flint Rock homes, which you should be giving to every customer that walks in your door. And now it's got the number of reviews you have in total. And we changed a few other little things on here, like how many floor plans, how many communities, all of that. So get rid of your old ones and print new ones. Don't give out the old ones. Make sense?
Mhm.
Um, and then, John, this was just the list. I think you probably were already going to go over it with everybody on Monday, but the list of the
Yeah.
photos, right? So, okay. And then I wanted to talk for a minute about customers that talk too much. Anybody run into one of these? I mean, it's okay as long as they're telling dad jokes most of the time. But if they're doing something other than that, then you kind of want to cut it off because it's like we're trying to sell them something. Um, but what you want to ultimately do with that customer, so there's two types of these, right? There's the prospect and there's the customer who's building. Both are a problem. Do you know what I'm saying? Like Ty, you probably get, I think you get this more than anybody else. We've talked about this before with your customers that already purchased and they have nothing to do because it's a second home and they're retired and they're like, hey, let's go hang out with Ty for 8 hours. Sounds good. You know?
Or they just have a million questions because they're retired and they have nothing else to do but sit around and think of questions to ask you
Yep. For
or
me, this
objections.
was this was a guy named Bob. I won't tell you his last name, but he was a retired Navy veteran. Really nice guy. But he lived one street over from the house we were building for him. And he's retired and he's a Navy guy who's all about the details. And every morning at 6 in the morning, he sat in the front yard of his home that was under construction starting at 6 until the last person left or until he got bored, which was usually around 4:30 or 5. And he took pictures and took notes all day long. And he would call every day to go over his pictures and notes, or he would come by the model on the weekend when they're not working and want to sit down and go through 473 photos and 186 line items of questions. He was fun. Fun, kind of like a colonoscopy fun, which means not
Sounds
fun.
more fun.
So he uh, So he was a customer that was already building. Let's talk about that one first since I brought it up. How do I nip this in the bud and make it go away?
John, that lady just called back about her food stamps.
Okay, let me ask a different question. Why do you not want this to happen with a customer? The customer who's
Because you
building,
could
why do
miss
you
out
not
on
want them to
another
come
sale.
in and talk to you for 2 hours?
We have
You
other
could miss
stuff
out
to
on
do.
a sale.
Okay, but let's say no new customers walk in. Is that still true?
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
you
you
can
can
be
make
making
phone calls.
calls.
So, so we've established it does impact our sales and we do want to stop it, right? So how do you stop it?
Never let them sit down.
Oh,
Boom.
I have a really good one.
Yeah.
Just start packing your shit and go, hey, I'm so sorry. I've got a meeting I got to run to. I hate to kick you out of here, but I'll give you a call. Thanks for stopping by. And just go. Just go.
That's an unorthodox approach to that, but
Or my
I feel
go-to
like
in
that
person
guy would
is
just sit there and wait for you.
Brady, I think I'm going to write a book maybe a year from now called Quotes from Brady. Sales
dude,
tips from Brady.
I am telling you, as well as I can talk to anybody, I can also get rid of them. You can ask my friends. I'm good at this.
Yeah, if you do happen to be sitting down and they come sit down, the best way to get somebody to, you can't do it immediately right when they sit down, but within a couple minutes, best way to get rid of them is to stand up and stretch and start to move away from your chair. It's a nonverbal cue to tell them to get up.
Just remote start your car.
Okay, remote start your car. That's an interesting one. Another tip from Brady. Tips from Brady. Remote start your car. I would well, you guys give me some tips. Ty,
Tell
you
them there's
do this a
radon.
lot. What do you do, Ty?
Bees, they're everywhere.
Yeah.
I usually just like ask them, well, this isn't going to work with Bob because obviously he had specific questions, but with my ladies, it's like, what did you need something from me today right away? I kind of just like make them get to the point of why they came in, find out if they actually had a reason to come in or if they're just.
So you can ask them, did you need anything specific today? Yep. One of my moves was this. As soon as they came in, I said, I have an appointment in just a couple minutes that I need to get ready for. Did you need anything real quick before I have to do that? It's like, hey, I have an appointment in just a couple of minutes and I need to get ready for that. Was there anything real quick that you needed before I have to do that? That's kind of a nice way of saying, please go away. Or please get to the point right now and don't sit here and like chat it up with me for 4 hours. So I find this one to be very, very effective. So I would kind of work that into your repertoire if I were you guys. Other moves are this. I have to go check on a home for our team. Did you need anything real quick before I have to leave? And then if they like stick around and don't get the point, and they're like, well, we'll just stay here while you're gone. Just be like, I actually have to lock it up. So I can't. You guys are gonna have to. And then you get them out of and go drive away and come back in a few minutes.
Far away as you can.
Yeah. That's a move for the super obnoxious one. So those are kind of some of the moves.
Thank you for calling for Rock Homes. This is Brady.
Mute it, Birdie.
I got them.
Okay.
So how about for the prospect? Like the prospect that's just like, so the reason we started looking for a home was when I'm 83 now, and when I was 4, I was actually born in Canton, Ohio. Have you ever been to Canton, sweetie? Let me tell you about Canton. Canton, the history of Canton is this. And when my mom, we used to have meatloaf every Thursday you know what I'm saying? You ever get that customer? She's
This
got
is
a
my
list of
grandmother.
everything.
This is my
Exactly.
grandma.
it's Grandma Gertrude, right? And she's got nothing else to do. And you remind her of her grandchild. And so she just wants to tell you everything that she can't talk to her grandchild about because her grandchild lives in another state. And right, these are sometimes the customers, or they're like Brady and they just talk a lot. Maybe they're younger and they just can't stop talking.